So I hope that the following information will be useful to you or your friends or loved ones that are experiencing marital distress and on the verge of divorce but are looking for an alternative to divorce. Again, the study is the Marriage Mentoring with Couples in Marital Crises. The basic question is marriage mentoring an effective technique to repair marriages? That's where the study originated. And the idea of mentoring was taken out of Titus 2, which is a biblical passage, a Protestant Bible passage, in verses 2 through 4, where it talks about the older men teaching the younger men and the older women teaching the younger women. And the idea is if you have older men and older women teaching younger men and younger women, then an older couple should be able to teach or mentor a younger couple. The couple, the study was based on the participation of 13 couples. There was actually 30 couples that agreed to participate, but because they didn't fit the criteria, they weren't included in the study. The criteria was that couples would be married at least 3 years before they sought marriage mentor. This eliminated the newly married couples and the couples that received it during premarital counseling or premarital situation. Also, couples experience marital distress that caused them to seek marriage mentoring. And the last criteria was that the couples had to have been married a year following marriage mentoring. So if a couple was married for 2 months, they really didn't give it enough time to see if marriage mentoring really works. So I thought a year was a good cutoff. Now I'm going to only share some of the findings during this brief presentation. One of the things that I wanted to find out were what are some of the conflicts that these couples experienced in their marriage. Now in this table it shows that communication was the major source of conflict in a couple's marriage. And you'll see there's 11 references there. So 11 couples said that they were experiencing problems with communication. So then the next question was, what did marriage mentoring do for their marriage? Now this table shows that there was 5 couples that said that they communicated better, and it's kind of strange because the first table showed that 11 couples had a problem communicating, and now there's only 5 that communicated better. But then there are other things that they mentioned. For instance, it says they handle conflicts now, whereas before they didn't. Also, that they are able to listen to one another. And there's also, they see each other's perspective, or they pray for one another. The couples that I did, that were in the study were Christian couples. So all of that, when you add it together, they really did increase their communication. Now, these were some of the comments that were made. At the end of the study, they were allowed to share whatever it is that they wanted about the marriage mentoring that they received. And so one couple said that it actually saved their marriage. They were on a verge of divorce, they had the divorce papers, they were getting ready to sign it, and someone suggested that they do marriage mentoring. And so they did it, and now, they're just ecstatic about it. Another couple, they were saying that, she heard of people saying that they love their spouses more now than they did that when they were first married, and she never could understand that. But then she went through marriage mentoring, and now she says she really does love her husband more than she did when they first got married. And so, these kinds of comments, the positive things that were said about marriage mentoring, it just really shows that it really works. So there were studies that were done on marriage mentoring, but all of them were done on premarital or newly married couples. And this was the first study that was done on couples that were married for several years. Some of them were married 20 or 30 years before they saw a marriage mentor. So all that time they were experiencing problems with communication, and then they went and saw a marriage mentor. Now the thing that I thought of was that, people don't even know that it's out there. They don't know that there's marriage mentoring, that right now churches are offering it, and mostly Protestant Christian churches. And so if you or someone that you know is experiencing a conflict and distress in your marriage, and it's on the verge of divorce, then there is an alternative to divorce all around. Find out if these churches are offering it, if they offer it to people who have already been married and not to just people that want to get married. If you are a church leader, maybe you want to start something like this. If you want more information, this is the information. I've got my dissertation or my study that is up on the web. It's free access. On there it talks about different things that people have used with the marriage mentoring. So, you could check that out. You could, there's different churches that are listed there. So if you're within, driving distance to one of those churches, and you could check them out as well. Thank you.